computer's not gonna work. Hasim.
Yeah, Hasim, it's easier to join from your like phone than it is from a
What
computer.
that's the only way to be able to talk is on your phone.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think it's
because like you
working.
can
I think
join.
I'm here.
Okay, okay. Hasim, what's up, man?
How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
Yo,
Nothing.
salam, man.
Wa alaikum
What's
salam wa
happening?
rahmatullah.
All right. For people who don't know, man, I actually interviewed him last year on a stereo app. For all the OGs, remember that back when I was
Yes,
doing a stereo
sir.
app. So for people who aren't familiar, if you could introduce yourself to the chat.
My name is Hasim Rahman Jr. I'm currently a prospect in the heavyweight division. I hold a record of 12 wins, no losses, no draws, 6 wins by way of knockout. My father was the former undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Hasim the Rock Rockman. And right now I have a heavyweight title fight, WBC, USNBC heavyweight championship. I'll be fighting on April 29th against former heavyweight champion of the world's son, Zenzie Morrison, who is the son of legendary Tommy Morrison. So it's going to be the first time two heavyweight champion sons share the square circle. So I'm very excited to see what April 29th brings.
And again, man, I want to thank you for taking time out to do this interview, man. How can we see the fight?
The fight's going to be on Fight TV. It's going to be available on Fight TV at on the app. It's like combined with Triller and I think some other apps. So it's gonna be it's definitely gonna be available there.
Fight lines are muted.
Oh, thanks. I'm gonna let the fans have some question, but the first thing, when I made the tweet in the IG, they said, "Oh, you got beef with Viddal Riley." Speak a little bit how you and Viddal Riley's history has started and why you would like to fight him. You're muted. I don't know if you're speaking. Um, yeah, you're currently. If you're talking, you're muted. I don't know if you meant to hit it by mistake.
All right, can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
The whole Vidal Riley situation was I got called on a fight very short notice, and it was because Vidal was thinking about he was still on the fence about taking a fight. I stepped up, I took the fight when he pulled out. So for whatever reason, he felt it necessary to say that the winner of that fight could fight him. Now, I don't know why he thinks that in boxing I'm behind him or I have to do something to achieve fighting him. He need me more than I need him. I don't need him. Who are you? You don't nobody know you in boxing. They know you on YouTube. In boxing, you're a nobody for real. So I mean, that's just why I felt the way I felt about Vidal. I mean, I heard when I had just came in, somebody said that they had seen or they was talking about a fighter and they hadn't seen much. Like I haven't. I mean, I know he's fought, I know he's pro, and I know he has a pro fight out there on YouTube or maybe two. But come on, bro, it's you're not on no level where I need to be defeating people to be who you think you are. Are you crazy? You ain't Jake Paul. You ain't Logan Paul. You ain't KSI. Who you think you are? Like he really think he in those dudes' shoes and he not. Like even those guys, they don't come off to boxes like real fighters and say that oh you gotta beat this guy. You 4-0, bro, 5-0. How you think you calling shots like somebody gotta beat somebody else to beat you? Ain't nobody. I beat the shit out of you. Well, let me he ain't nobody to be setting no bar where somebody gotta beat somebody else to get to him.
And for the people who don't know, the fight you're talking about was the thriller fight. Vidal was supposed to fight, I believe, Rashad on the undercard of Mike Tyson, Roy Jones Jr. Then Vidal pulled out, and you try to step in.
Yeah, correct. It was against Rashad Couture.
Yeah,
Yeah, and he pulled out of that fight for whatever reason. I think he got a his vagina was hurting or something. I forgot what they said.
Yeah, bro got an injury, man. He had an injury.
Yeah, I heard it was like his lower back or something like that. Whatever the case may be, man. I'm not uh really too big on Viddal. I don't know who he think he is. He could just be think that he can call out fights or think that somebody has to fight another person to be able to fight him. This is a sport. This is a glorious sport, and you earn glory in the sport. He ain't earned no glory or no type of recognition to be out here calling shots. See, he sounds ridiculous. He was
that
talking to somebody that didn't know about boxing, somebody that's not in the realms of boxing. He ain't done nothing in the sport. He ain't made no noise in the sport. So who are you to tell me I gotta beat somebody else to get to you?
gotcha. And again, for people who don't know, you are literally about to fight for a world championship in a couple of weeks. So yeah, you're in boxing world. You are somebody.
Not yet, not yet. We'll see. We'll see. After April 29th, we'll see.
There you go. Well, now
Hope luck,
I'm gonna
bro.
let the fans. So Mo, you got a question?
Man, I'm just, you know, man, I just want to say I ain't really got any question, man. I'm just a huge fan of what you do, man. What you stand for. Being a Muslim brother myself and training boxing, man. I really do look up to what you're doing, man. So just keep it up, man. I'm looking forward to your fight, inshallah.
So I'm like rahmatullah barakatuh. I thank you for the support, man. I fight for not only you, but all the Muslims around the world that believe in Allah and that there's no power greater than the power that comes from Allah. So it's nothing for me to fear. I only fear Allah. So whatever they put in front of me, especially a man with two gloves, he, I have nothing to fear. Whatever Allah's plan is, Allah's plan. It's what's going to happen. So when I get in there, I definitely had a faith of Allah with me, and I had to do all the Muslims around the world are fighting with me. So I appreciate you more than you even know.
No doubt, brother. Thank you, man.
Prob, do you have a question?
Yeah. Hasim, you sparred Jake Paul, am I right?
Yeah, I sparred Jake Paul twice.
What level do you think he's at? Like YouTube boxer or like close to pro boxer, amateur boxer? Like, what would you say?
He's definitely a pro boxer. Jake understands that, and this comes from being around other pro boxers. But he understands that the most important thing is being ready and being in shape, and he took that and took it to the next level. He dedicated himself, and he learned the game. He's become a student of the game. I think he's definitely better than a lot of the pro boxers that's out there today. But being in the ring with him definitely let me know that this guy is not joking about boxing. He's serious about it. He's not just gonna get hit once and then just give up. So props to Jake Paul because he definitely takes the sport serious. And if boxers that have been boxing their whole lives would take it as serious as he took it for the past 3 years, then they'd be much 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 further than where he is. So it's just a point of dedication. It's the dedication that gets Jake Paul by.
I have a quick question, real quick. A follow up. That's what I like about Jake and even Logan. Boxing is a lifestyle. It's really life. And since he fought Gibb, he's always constantly been in the gym. For some influencer YouTubers, they take breaks. Like, okay, I have a fight. Let me train for 3, 4 months. But like, yeah, this is dedication.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Did Hasim cut out for anyone?
Yeah, he could have for me. How's are you there?
My bad. I was talking. I thought I was on mute. I'm sorry.
But yeah, I was talking about how like because again you are a boxer yourself, and that's what it means. Like when you're dedicated, like it's like that's what Canelo said. No boxing, no life. Like you have to eat, breathe, shit this 24/7, 365 days a year.
You're absolutely right. I was saying I was on mute. I don't think it went through, but you got these YouTube guys out here dropping albums, being in low budget movies, and trying to just do everything they could do to go viral. and it's like they don't understand the art and the hard work and the science and the actual dedication that goes into being at the top level in the sport. And it looks like Jake did understand what it takes to get there, so he's just been applying it.
All right, one more question from me. I think influencer boxer have a question. We know Jake versus Tommy Fury was scheduled, and I literally was on my way to Tampa to see that fight, and then Tommy pulled out with Jake with the vicious night against Woolley. If Jake versus Tommy Fury was to happen, let's say this summer, who wins?
I gotta say Jake. Jake's been more impressive to me in the ring, and I just think that Tommy takes Jake lightly from the things that he says and the things that you hear from him. But the kid can fight, man. He can fight better than what he's shown in these fights. It's just sometimes it takes the next level to be brought to you to show that you have it. And I think that Jake is just I think it better fight. I think if Jake and Tommy got in a fight, Jake will win. That's just my personal opinion.
Okay, but influencer that question.
If Tommy got through Jake, would you consider fighting Tommy?
Absolutely, absolutely. I definitely would love to get a Fury Rock in a fight. But I'm more interested in fighting his brother than I am fighting him.
Man, that he just dropped a bombshell, man.
I know.
Yeah. No, Hasim, I was gonna say, speaking of Jake Paul, are you interested in taking prize fights, not necessarily boxers, but against maybe MMA, UFC fighters, and kind of building your name up through that?
You know what? Great point. I remember like a couple weeks back, you and Rampage Jackson was getting to it.
There's
Yeah.
also this football player that came out and called out. I think his name's Brandon Marshall or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
He came to my Instagram and he seen what it was and he commented like he wanted some smoke, but he don't. These guys, they do not. Once it comes down to it, you can't really believe anything you hear in boxing or what they say about boxing until you see it on paper, because these guys will come to your Instagram, they'll come and they'll say whatever they got to say in front of the camera, but when it come down to it, it's like they don't really want that. And my father, I know that everything he said was always real, so he always stood behind it. So that's the type of flavor of boxing I'm bringing with me. I'm gonna believe in and actually mean everything I say every time I bring it. So these guys doing all this other sports coming in and the YouTube and the TikTokers and the MySpaces and the Twitters and all that stuff. They want to be something that they admire, and that's fine. But it's a dose of hard reality when you say my name, because if you say my name, I'm gonna definitely respond, and I don't take being called out lightly. I really be really pull up, like really be wanting to get it in.
Brand Marshall smoking crack if he think he can beat you. I don't think he can beat Logan.
Brandon Marshall can't be his meat.
That's insane because around Jake Paul versus Gibb, he was talking about getting in the ring. I think I even made a post back then
Yeah, I
on
remember that.
on Twitter and IG, and I was like, okay, and that's first because before it was just YouTubers, and then months later Nate Robinson got into the ring. But yeah, that's ridiculous. I mean, Credit wasn't going to the deep end, but that's insane. He's a football player. He's to fight either Dan Williams or another football player or it's a tall YouTuber before fighting an actual pro boxer. Man, it's his homeboys probably hyping him up.
I mean, he came out calling out Wilder and Fury and Joshua, so I mean,
Yes,
that
that's
just
He's
what
an
it
lets you
was.
idiot.
know.
Like, he's obviously just cloud chasing, man.
Yeah, he's very, very far gone. So that's all I'm saying. If you gonna call out those guys, I think I was like 8-0 at the time, or 7-0. I'm like, okay, well I'm 7-0, 8-0. Why don't you go ahead and get in there with me? Nothing happened. Nothing really rarely happens unless you really, really, really gotta put your foot on the gas in this sport.
That's what it was. Because I remember he was in the gym, and oh my god, yeah, like that's just so ass backwards, man. And again, look what Jake has been fighting since 2018, and really honestly, when it was Logan versus KSI 2, he was training because we all knew he was going to have a fight. He didn't want to fight Gibb, but he had to. So really, 2019 late, he's been living this boxer lifestyle, and it's taken years for Brand Marshall to even be on Logan's level, he's going to fight for several years. But like, yeah, that's insane. But yo, am I asking any questions?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I was gonna say like, in what kind of, without obviously overlooking anything or kind of overestimating yourself, in what time do you think that you could be fighting a big, a big name in boxing, like someone like Tyson Fury or Wilder?
Where you at, Mo? Where you at in the world?
Where I'm at in the world, I'm in Washington D.C., my brother.
It's like 8:31 over there.
Yep.
Yeah, yep.
I was ready at 8:30.
Damn,
So,
damn. All right, man.
and again, you're fighting in the is it cruiserweight or bruiserweight?
I'm
Or
fighting heavyweight. My next
Isn't
fight is
he
at heavyweight.
heavyweight? Yeah.
gotcha, heavyweight fight. Okay, and your brother's also known in the YouTube boxing world as well because he was recently in Jake's camp.
That's my uncle. My uncle was originally in KSI's camp.
Most in casing.
Yeah, Muscle Case, and
Okay, yeah,
that's my dad's brother. So, yeah, he was originally in KSI's camp, but yeah, I don't know if KSI could keep up, or I don't know what happened in that camp. I wasn't there, so I don't know.
yeah. 'Cause I know he was in camp for KSI and Gibb, and then lately he's been there with Jake. So to strive, because again, we're all fans of YouTube boxing. If you don't know, people, I'm Fight Lounge. I'm hosting. This is Heavy Punch Promotion. Heavy Punch Promotions. We have some fire. We have some influencers. Because YouTube boxing season. But describe to the fans like how a typical day for Jake is. Let's describe it.
I mean, you wake up, you eat, you gotta make sure you get your energy in the morning. Probably do straight to conditioning in the morning, whether that's running, whether that's weights, whether that's swimming, whatever you do for your body to get more fit. You want to handle that in the morning. Then you do a boxing probably sometime in the afternoon to late afternoon, and then get your long road working at night, and then that's over and over and over again for weeks and weeks and weeks until everything mends together and it all comes together on fight night. So everything that you were using in the gym, in the first gym, transitions over into the boxing gym, and then your late night runs transfer back over into the boxing gym. So everything has to help itself out and mold what it is to when the bell rings, and that's why it's a science, because there's science behind making these fighters and making these fights happen and putting in all your ingredients before fight night.
Gotcha, man. And again, I do want to introduce. You can talk about your dad again. A lot of these people here are young. They might know who your dad is, and to people who you come from literally a fighting family.
Well, yeah, my father was for the former undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. When you undisputed, that means you have all the major belts in the division. He knocked out legend Lennox Lewis. If you know heavyweight boxing and you don't know Lennox Lewis, then I
It's crazy,
don't know.
man.
I don't know how long you've been watching boxing. You should go look that man up. Lennox Lewis was probably in my opinion, he was the best heavyweight to ever fight in the heavyweight division thus far. Um, a lot of people may disagree with that. I've been having arguments with that for years, but I just think that Lennox was the best, and my father got him. My father got him, knocked him out. Um, that changed my life 100%, and I knew it at that moment that my life was going to be changed forever. So yeah, I grew up the son of the heavyweight champion, and then boom, I think it was 5-6 years later he became heavyweight champion of the world again. So it's been a wild ride for the Rockmans, but I must say that WBC title, it belongs at home, in my house. So my first step to getting that WBC belt back at home is April 29th. I'm will put my life on the line to make sure it comes home with me.
And we'll all be tuning in, man.
100%.
I appreciate that.
No doubt, man.
Okay, get my man Pat, man, what's good, Pat?
he's listening. Oh, there he is.
Protect it. What's up, Fight Lounge? How are you?
What's good, Pat? We're talking to Hasim, man.
Hasim, how are you, my man?
I'm good, Pat. What's going on?
Nothing much. Just protecting the streets of Gotham City.
I like that. I'm a big Gotham fan, man. I like that.
Thank you.
Did you watch the new Batman movie?
I didn't watch the new Batman movie, but if it's streaming, I'll watch it tonight because I'm a huge I'm a Gotham fan. I'm a new Gotham fan. I just got put on the Gotham, so I've been watching all the Batman stuff, rewatching it from when I seen it years ago, and now I got a better understanding of what's going on. And
it's never too late.
Whole breakdown.
Never too late.
Yeah, I know. I rock with Gotham. I definitely rock with Gotham. I'm a huge Gotham fan now.
The Batman is eventually going to be on HBO Max. I don't know the exact date, but yeah, it's going to be on HBO Max. It's a long movie. It's like almost 3 hours, but it's worth it.
So it's not available to like buy or nothing like that on any service?
Theaters only, my man.
Well, theaters
okay.
It's theaters for right now, but if someone can Google and see when it's going to be on HBO Max.
Toward the end of the month, they were saying.
When?
Like toward the end of the month, because when it hits HBO Max, it's probably going to become the most subscribed to subscription service. But it's playing in theaters for most of the month, and I think even when it hits HBO Max, they might even still have it in theaters because, they still have fucking Spider-Man in theaters because it's still making money. If it makes money, then it stays in theaters.
Okay, I just looked it up. April 19th. April 19th, it'll be available on HBO Max.
Thank you for that.
I'll probably be able to watch it as well. I haven't watched it yet.
That's a perfect after iftar, man. After a long day of training, iftar. That's perfect, man.
Nah, yeah, for real.
I mean, shit. If you guys want to do a little bit of Batman talk, I'm with it.
No, I had an idea, Fight Lounge. No, I'm just gonna start. I'm gonna become the quote unquote Batman of YouTube boxing, and my first target, a crime lord, Austin McBroom.
Man, Pat, you was 1 in a million, my man. You was 1 in a million.
I'm 1 in a million that can protect the streets of YouTube boxing.
You can find no one else like him.
Man, that ain't that true.
If y'all would, man, I am the very first boxer, the very first pro boxer to vouch for Jake Paul outside of BJ Flores. So if y'all can hit me with a follow, y'all welcome. I told y'all that boy could fight. I'm the very first boxer that's actually a pro boxer, still in the game, active fighter that vouched for Jake Paul. So I've been called it years ago. I called it. I told y'all that boy could fight, and now he's taking the world by storm. So if y'all hit me with a follow, I'll let y'all know who next.
Yeah, and again, because that's who you got on my radar. Because again, my time was hazy. Oh, do you know what fight the first time you was in camp with Jake? Do you know whose opponent was? Was it Gibb?
This was February 2020. I believe February 2020 when we boxed.
So that's after Gibb. Okay. That's after Gibb.
Yeah, that's probably Nate Robinson, I think.
Okay.
No. The Nate Robinson camp, I did box him for, but I boxed him off. That was in November. That was a November fight. I don't know if he was even getting ready to fight when we boxed the first time. I don't even know if he had. I actually think I boxed him before he even turned pro. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he wasn't even pro yet. Him or Logan. Logan boxed Joey DeJeco, and I boxed Jake. This is before either one of those guys even actually. I think Logan was getting ready to fight KSI. Was the fight that they were in camp for.
This was like 2019, something like that.
I believe so. I was boxing Joey. I was in camp with Joey for his fight, and yeah, I think it was 2019. It was either 2019 or February 2020. I'm not sure.
I believe it was 2019. But the reason how you get my radar because I was following Sky Sports on YouTube and all that, and whenever it's some boxer or whatever about Jacob Logan, even KSI, you're like, how's it gonna be? And you was the first one, like, yeah, this kid can box. And I was like, Oh, and then it's like, oh, you're active. Not only that, you're also like, you're active and you don't feel. I think some people feel like, oh, he's taking my spot and stuff like that. No, you understand? Like no, he has his own little audience. He has his own little thing. But yeah, you was the first one. Speaking of that,
Everybody got their own way. What works for me is not gonna work for Jake. What works for Jake is not gonna work for me. So if something is gonna work for him, I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say this man can't fight here. Mom, when I know he can fight, I punch this man in his face and he came back with punches. He's not he not sweet. It's not like he not no he really he gritty. He gritty. He can take a shot. He's not just gonna quit when he get hit. That's when I knew. I was like, all right, bet. You can tell what kind of people you boxing when you're in the ring, you sharing the ring with somebody. I could tell the kid got hurt. He could fight, and he really want to do it, and that's what it takes in boxing. So that's why I came out in public and was not scared to be the first fighter to say that he could fight, because I know what it takes, and I knew he wasn't going to give up. I knew he was going to keep at it, and he was only going to get better. I didn't know he was going to improve as fast as he did, but he improved really, really fast, and I hope he's been sticking to it so he can keep shocking the world.
So, speaking on that, man, like you literally was there day one before he even turned pro. Think about how you seen this kid grow from again before turn pro 2 years later winning knockout of the year awards. Like that's insane.
Yeah, it's wild. But I mean, when you have that platform and you perform the way you did, and you come out and you got the whole world watching. I mean, you have the ability to capture the minds of millions. So it's not a surprise. It's just hard work paying off.
I was
Got you.
saying, I was going to say, kind of going back to like how we kind of figured out who you were. I've been talking to your uncle Mohsin for a couple, like almost a year now at this point, about my boxing journey and whatnot through my cousin. And then I remember he was like, "Man, study Hasim. You know, my older brother was this. You know, knocked out Lennox Lewis, beat Holyfield, da 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 da." I watched the footage, man. I became a fan ever since.
Thank you, man. My father didn't pick up a pair of gloves until he was 20.
I heard
Rocky
about
Wow.
that.
Rocky
I heard.
Marciano didn't pick up a pair of gloves till he was 24. A lot of people don't know that. It's not too late, man. It's not too late. You're in your 20s, even if you're in your 30s, man. There's some fighters out there that didn't pick up no gloves until they was about 28 years old. They fought for world titles. Leonardo Tyner fought for world title. He didn't pick up a pair of gloves till he was 28. He's made a hell of a living off of boxing. It's a gutsy way to feed your family, but it works if you put the work in, no matter how old you are.
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
Do you have any advice for people who want to get into boxing?
If you want to get into boxing, forget about your face and run a lot. And forget about your face, because your face is subject to black eyes, busted nose, broken eye sockets, broken teeth, ears getting bit off. There's nothing off the table when it comes to boxing. So you want to be a pretty boy. This not the sport for you. This is a hurt business. And one thing about it, you can play basketball games, you can play hockey, play football, baseball. You can even play golf. You cannot play boxing. Not one day. Not one day can you play. There's no playing. Nobody says I'm about to go play at the gym and box. Like play and boxing don't even go together at all. So like my man Happy said earlier, no boxing, no life. That come from Canelo.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Boxing is a sport that you absolutely have to dedicate yourself to, and you're not gonna be good at first. You're not gonna be nothing like you see on the videos, people you see in the ring. But you just gotta remember that they were like you one day. They just kept coming and kept coming and kept coming. That's what makes the difference between the guys you see on TV and the guys that go home, the guys that's spawn partners, sit on the video game.
Yeah, man. Just pain. I mean, from a fan, and I've been a fan since a little kid. It's like, yeah, man. Like this shit is no joke. When you see like in Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder, the last fight they had, like seeing it, as a fan, I enjoyed it. But I know I'm like this fight took years off their professional career.
We might not even see Deontay again. We don't know yet.
Yeah, Yeah, like it's real. And again, this is I follow YouTube boxing as well as UFC and regular boxing. But yeah, that's the one thing is for people who take it seriously, like a Logan, like a Jake, KSI is coming back. But like let's tell for the people, and again, they are young, so they don't know. But let's tell the kids like, yo, this shit's serious. Like people really
Yeah.
get hurt off this
People
shit.
die. People die.
Yeah,
My coach Pedro has seen his fighters die, fall over and not get up. Man, it's serious. Like, it's
Yeah,
not.
it's not a joke. That's why I don't like these trolls and stuff that be online. They talk about they hope you get knocked out. Like, man, that's a serious wish on somebody because it's people that have not woken up from getting knocked out. And it's
Yeah.
like before every fight, I pray for myself and my opponent's health. I'm not here to try to keep nobody from seeing their family. I just want to feed mine. So
Yeah.
it's the hurt business. We're gonna hurt each other. I'm gonna just try to hurt you before you hurt me, and that's just what it is. That's how the game goes. Nobody's trying to do something to somebody that the other isn't trying to do to them, and this goes back for hundreds and hundreds of years, and that's why I know it's in my blood. I've done the research. I know I'm Cameroonian. I come from Cameroon. I know they the fighters. They tough warriors, tough fighters, African really fighters, really soldiers. They're the warriors.
Yeah.
And I know this, so I know that my father's father was a fighter. And that's why it just ran down and ran down and ran down. It just so happened that during this time of life, during the 80s and 90s, it clicked to Hasim Rahman that okay, this is in my blood. Let me get some money for this. And he made it into millions and millions of dollars. So now it's my turn to be better than him. Simba's supposed to be better than his father. Am I right?
yeah.
I mean,
Simba is his turn to rule the kingdom.
exactly. That's just the way it goes, and everybody's gonna doubt. Everybody's gonna doubt. The common thing in boxing is that the son is never as good as the father, never. But look at Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
Prove them wrong.
Prove him wrong. Even if it's
Strap
just
out
one.
those gloves and show how fierce you are, not only in your fists, but in your mind.
Yes, sir. And in my heart, this fight right here, April 29th, this fight is the only fight, the main fight that matters because I've grown my whole life, my whole career. There's never been a heavyweight champion after the father has won a heavyweight championship. It's never happened. It's something unique. It's something special. So this fight right here puts me that much closer, and it tells the world who is the best fighter to ever lace up a pair of gloves after their father won a heavyweight championship and then they competed in the heavyweight division. Who's the best? Because right now it's about 5, 6, maybe 7 candidates, but we remain the top two. We remain as the top two, and now we meet head to head to go ahead and figure it out and see who becomes a contender and who takes a step backward. So,
Hey man, I mean, you got me hot here. Everybody help. If you don't mind, man, shout out your social so we can all follow your journey.
you could click my name. I think click my name, hit me with the follow right here _ Hasim Rahman Jr. On Instagram is just _JR. Yeah, hit me on there. Please follow my journey because I plan on making big things happen. I've been praying for this since I was a kid. I've been praying for this right here. This right here, I've been praying for since I was a kid. And it just so happened that my father won the world title, shocked the world, April 21st, 2001. And now 21 years later, April 29th, 2022, it's my turn. It's my turn now. I knew back then, I knew as soon as Lennox hit the floor that there was going to be a mark on my back. I've had people pull out of fights. I've had people threaten. I've had people try to bribe fighters to not fight me. I've had it all happen to me. People pull out. I've had somebody get in the ring and get announced and be like, "Nah, I'm not fighting him," and get out.
Wow.
It's been a roller coaster ride. It's been a roller coaster ride, but April 29th, I'm going to show the world why I'm the best fighter that ever came from a heavyweight champion and compete in the heavyweight division.
There you go. There you go, man. One more. I have a question, and I'm gonna let the other fans in have a question for you, man. Is speak a little bit about your journey, because again, we most of us I know I've been watching boxing all day, but a lot of these people they only follow like YouTube boxing. They think, oh, it's easy, call someone out and get a fight. Talking about the struggle of actually getting a fight, making weight, etc. Getting promised this pay and then getting shit pay. Like speak on that journey.
I don't want to put no names out there, but boxing is just as beautiful as it is and as it can be. It can also be a very dark and lonely place. I mean, you can't really believe anything about boxing until you see it on paper when you're in the sport. Uh, it's so hard. I went through almost 100 amateur fights to not make the Olympic team, to be derailed and have to sit in prison and watch the Olympics from a prison cell, to get out and be behind all the guys that I was fighting with growing up. I was 10, 20 fights behind everybody when I started the Olympic team that just had. They was already pro, and I fought in the trials, the last trials, and it takes 4 years to get to the trials. So that just goes to show you I've put a lot of time into this. I put a lot of dedication, endless years and years and years in the gym, years and years and years of practice, years and years of sparring the top guys, sparring big heavyweights, sparring small guys, all the way down to lightweight champions. Like it's a gruesome thing, but the feeling that I'm gonna have on April 29th when I see my work, the work that I put in, all the mornings I had to get up and run, all the drives I had to take, all the flights I had to take, all the sacrifice, the time I got to be away from my family, the time I can't hug my mother, hug my father, the times I can't go help and do stuff for my family that I want to do. Oh yeah, somebody got to pay for that. And on April 29th, it's going to be Zenzie Morrison.
There you go. Anybody got a question?
I think everyone's good, but he has good motivation, and it's been all good.
I just let someone in. Yo, you got a question for? I'll just let them in.
Yes, I got a question for Hasim. Yes, champ, I just did your artwork and I'm happy I got the opportunity. I'm honored to get an opportunity to do your artwork and I'm super happy about your fight in Apple. It'll be awesome. Sons of Legends. Looking forward to it. Rooting for you. And yes, how are you? Assalamu alaikum. And how's your health, champ?
Wa alaikum salam. Thank you, thank you. If y'all look at my picture right now, my man Aganor, he did that. He did that picture for me. And it was actually the first picture that got dropped. Everybody stole our picture and tried to use our picture when they already had their own. But hey, we trendsetters over here, right? So we got that off. Wa alaikum salam. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you, and we're gonna make it happen on April 29th. I'm not gonna let y'all down. Everybody that had a part to do with this. If also I got Team Rockman Gear. I got my own shirts coming out. They dropping this week, so stay tuned on my Twitter if you want to
Do
order
they
a
come in
shirt.
black?
Yes, they are. They are all black and gold. Every shirt and every hoodie is all black and gold blooded.
That's
So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned on my Twitter I'm already taking pre-orders on my Instagram. So y'all tap in with me if y'all want to support. And then that's gonna be the colors we ran on fight night. So y'all know how we coming.
Absolutely. Would ASAP cop the shirt and pre-order it, champ. I can't wait to get my hands on it.
Appreciate you, Aki.
Well, if nobody have any questions, I want to say, Asim, thank you so much for taking time out. And again, man, to tell people where to see the fight, the date, even the place, even they want to see the fight in person.
Thank you so much, man. Thank y'all for having me tonight. I'm Hasim Rahman Jr. If you go on my Instagram, 3 characters _JR _Junior. Very easy to remember, very easy to get to. That's me. If you're in Las Vegas or will be in the Las Vegas area, I'm fighting at the Virgin Hotel, formerly known as the Hard Rock Casino. It's gonna be fireworks. It's a great card. They put together an awesome show. It's gonna be I'm not the only son of a champion. Neither is Kenzie that's fighting on this card. We got Keith the Bounty Hunter, Daryl Cunningham Jr. There's a host of other sons of champions that are gonna be on this card. It's gonna be commentated by Roy Jones. So tap in on Fight TV if you want to buy the fight. Go ahead, watch it, tune in. I'm gonna come and give my best. Y'all want to see a heavyweight that can do things like like how y'all used to see it. I don't want to give away too much, but if y'all want to see a brand new heavyweight that's about to come on the scene, April 29th, we knocking on the door.
Hope you win and wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, we're all rooting for you. Again, I remember when you did my stereo app, last year, and we took questions from our fans. So I always appreciate it. And now, as I got a bigger platform, I said, I know you got a big fight. I gotta have him back on and meet some new people.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate it.
Man, Hasim, just before you head out, man, I just want to say, man, you really moved me tonight, man. You really moved me tonight, and I'm ready to go back to the gym, inshallah, and just work even harder, man. So thank you, man. Like I really appreciate you, man. I needed to hear what you said today. I really needed to hear what you said today, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Let me tell you, listen, keep your hands up, keep your chin tucked, stay behind your knee, step around, and stay behind your jab. You stick with that, keep your hands up, keep your chin tucked, stay behind your knee, step around, and stay behind your jab. You stay with that, Aki, you'll go very, very far in this business. Do not fear anybody. Do not fear anything. The only thing that you should fear is Allah. That's it, because Allah controls everything. So whatever's going to happen, it's in Allah's plan, and He's the best of planners. So don't doubt yourself.
Thanks, brother. Man, thank you, man. Thanks, man.
So again, everybody, make sure you follow. I was saying, make sure you buy his fight. Make sure you follow his journey. Because I know a lot of people say, "Oh, but there's a future world champion." We are talking to a future world champion right here. So make sure you follow his journey. And
thank you so much for having me. Thank y'all for having me. I appreciate it.
Thanks, man.
Hey, no problem. So again, guys, again, I do these Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. So if you guys, everyone pop in and chat with us, you're more than welcome. I'm ending off today, a little light episode. So again, we're gonna come back Monday, stronger, Tuesday, stronger, etc. But yeah, it's a really good episode. So again, shout out for speakers for coming on. Shout out to the fans listening. And I'm gonna wrap this up and see you guys next time. Peace out.
You're a good cop. Fight.
Thank y'all for having me. Tuck Beer.
Have a good day, Hasi.
Allahu Akbar. I'll see you.
See ya, everyone.
All right, peace out.